Plymouth, Mr Luke Pollard.
To serve on your chairmanship again, and I would like to thank my honourable friend from Croydon North for securing this debate. Last June, the nation was horrified to see the images of smoke billowing out from Grenfell Tower with residents trapped inside. It felt as if this national tragedy would be met by a national response to make sure that circumstances like this would never happen again in London or in Devon. Because in Plymouth we have 3 tower blocks with combustible cladding in Mount Wise in Devonport, in the constituency I represent, leaseholders and social rent. 8 months on, too little has been done by this government to prevent a similar tragedy unfolding. The grime artist Stormzy made his views clear at last month's Brits. I think he spoke for most of us in this room when he asked, Theresa May, where's the money for Grenfell? I have a similar question to the government, to the Minister. Where was the money that was promised to support local authorities and housing associations to remove and reclad tower blocks in Plymouth that have combustible cladding? The most outrageous thing about this injustice is that there is money to pay for it. We know that because last week, £1.1 billion of that money that could have been spent on recladding these tower blocks was given by the Secretary of State for Housing, Communities and Local Government, given back to the Treasury out of his budget, as reported by the Huffington Post on the 4th of March. His decision to do this was based on the idea that this money was no longer required. As his memo said, the department has surrendered £817 million of budget that is no longer required in 2017-18, that memo being only for the 17-18 financial year. I think those residents that live in Liner, Tavy and Tamar houses in Mount Wise would say this money is urgently required and should have been spent on recladding tower blocks. I think honourable members right across this House will agree that money was required and could have been used by ministers. Small housing associations like Plymouth Community Homes have done a fantastic job in securing and making safe as much of those tower blocks as they can. We have 60-minute fire doors, sprinklers being installed and 24-hour fire marshals. They've done a great job. But Plymouth cannot afford the £13 to £20 million it will cost to reclad those 3 tower blocks. So can I ask the Minister, can he confirm that his department gave that money back to the Treasury? And can he ask the Treasury to have that money back so it can be spent on recladding the tower blocks, not only in Plymouth but right across the country, to ensure that people can live in safe homes? In her statement, the Prime Minister said on the 22nd of June, we cannot and will not ask people to live in unsafe homes. But that is precisely what is happening if money is not spent to take action. There is an opportunity here, as my honourable friend from had mentioned earlier, for this to be a cross-party moment where all parties unite to make sure that everyone lives in a safe home. That opportunity has not been taken, but it is being taken by people in communities who are fighting to secure their communities and secure their homes. And I ask the Minister, please get that money back and let's spend it on cladding.